heart of a vast, unforgiving desert, lived a fragile little bird. Her life was not a life of flight or freedom. It was a portrait of pain. She was constantly sick. Her feathers had fallen away, leaving her bare against the harsh sun. She could not fly. She had no nest, no permanent home. Around her there was no food. There was no water. There was only the endless, scorching sand, loneliness, struggle, and deep, quiet sadness. But one afternoon, the heavy silence of the desert was broken. A pure white pigeon was flying overhead, passing through, summoning all the strength she had left. The weak little bird called out, "Brother, please, stop." The pigeon gracefully landed on the hot sand. He looked at her frail body, his eyes full of pity. "What happened, sister?" he asked softly. "Why do you look so deeply sad?" The little bird didn't answer his question right away. Instead, she asked, "Where are you going?" "I am going to heaven," the pigeon replied. Hearing this, a tiny, fragile spark of hope appeared in the little bird's tired eyes. She folded her wings as best as she could and pleaded, "Brother, when you reach heaven, please ask God about me. Ask him, when will my pain end? When will my bad days finally turn into good ones?" The pigeon's heart ached for her. "I promise," he said, "I will surely ask about you." And with a powerful flap of his wings, he flew away. When the pigeon finally reached the magnificent gates of heaven, he was met by an angel of light at the entrance. The pigeon bowed his head and told the angel the tragic story of the suffering bird in the desert. He asked about her fate. The angel looked at the pigeon with gentle, knowing eyes. "God has written 10 more years of sorrow into her life," the angel replied. "She will have no happiness until that time has passed." The pigeon felt a heavy weight settle in his chest. "If I return and tell her this," he said, "she will lose whatever tiny bit of hope she has left. She will break completely. Isn't there any way at all to help her?" The angel thought for a moment. The light around him shifted. "Go back to her," the angel said, "and tell her to keep saying these words in every situation. Thank you, God, for everything. Tell her this is her real test." The pigeon flew back down to the burning sands and delivered the angel's message. At first, the little bird didn't understand. How could she be thankful for burning sand? How could she be thankful for sickness and starvation? But she had made a promise to herself, and so she decided that no matter what happened, she would speak those words when she tripped and fell onto the blistering hot sand. She whispered, "Thank you, God, for everything," when her throat was dry and she couldn't find a single drop of water. She looked at the empty sky and said, "Thank you, God, for everything." When the cold desert night made her shiver, she tucked her head and said, "Thank you, God, for everything." And slowly, quietly, something magical began to shift in the fabric of the desert. Her old, weak feathers began to shed, replaced by brilliant, strong new ones. Then, one afternoon, as she was walking weakly across the dunes, the bright sky suddenly went dark. Black clouds gathered. Strong, cool winds began to blow. And out of nowhere, heavy, life-giving rain began to pour over the desert. Right before her eyes, the barren sand began to change. Green shoots pushed through the earth. Lush plants grew around her. A beautiful, clear pond of water pooled nearby. She drank. She rested. She healed. She became healthy again. She spread her new wings, and for the first time in her life, she flew. She was truly happy. 10 days later, the white pigeon was flying his usual route and passed over that same spot in the desert. He stopped in midair, completely shocked. The dry, lifeless wasteland was gone. In its place was a vibrant oasis of life and greenery. And there, flying joyfully above the water, laughing and completely healed, was the little bird. The pigeon was bewildered. How is this possible? He thought. The angel said her life would be full of pain for 10 more years. He quickly flew back to the gates of heaven, found the angel, and asked, "What happened? You said she would suffer for 10 years, but her entire life changed in just 10 days. The angel smiled, a warm, brilliant smile. "Yes," the angel said, "her fate was written with 10 years of sorrow, but she changed it. When someone honestly says, 'Thank you, God, for everything.' In every situation, whether it is good or painfully bad, they burn their past karma." Her test was over. Her 10 years of sorrow were reduced to just 10 days, all because of her pure, unbreakable gratitude. Think about your own life for a moment. Most of us start complaining the second a small problem appears. We look up and ask, "Why me?" We look at what we don't have, what went wrong, what feels unfair, but we forget a profound, hidden truth. Gratitude has the power to literally change our destiny. When we truly say, "Thank you for everything," in every situation, whether it is breaking us or building us, we shift the trajectory of our lives. Complaining makes life heavy. It anchors us to the pain. Gratitude makes life light. It gives us wings. From today, make a quiet promise to yourself. Whatever situation you find yourself in, whatever season you are walking through, choose to find the gratitude. Sometimes, just this one small change can completely transform your entire life. Let the heavy things go, and let's all say it quietly together. Thank you for everything.